Hey, it's Robert Stutzinger here, coming to you with Vlogging Challenge Day number 7. Today's topic is releasing negative emotions, and I think that my take on releasing negative emotions is that it is a ongoing process. It is a process of being aware, first of all, being aware of the negative emotions. See, the way I look at it, here's the deal. I have been in the process of personal development since I was like 14. When I was like 14 years old, I had a friend. Her name was Nancy Robertson, and she was like always, she was like walking sunshine. She was always happy. She was always in a good mood. She was always upbeat. She was always positive, and I never saw her having any real negative emotions or anything like that. So when I looked at her and I said, how come she is like that all the time? I said, if she can be like that, then I could be like that too. I could be positive and upbeat all the time. And so I started my quest on learning personal development at that age. And what I think I've discovered is the fact that once emotions are learned, and they're a lot of times they're reactions to something that happens. So you learn things, and you have these reactions which are on an unconscious level. So if something happens and it makes you, say, jealous, then it's a reaction to something that you learned in your past. It's a reaction to the way that you look at the world, and you have to change the underlying cause. You have to change the way you look at things. So when one of my favorite sayings is by Dr. Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it basically points out the fact that your view on your world determines what you end up seeing. It's like when you decide you want to buy a sky blue Volvo, and then all of a sudden you start seeing sky blue Volvos on the road. They were there all along. It's just that you focused in on them. So if you focus on, if you're always focused on something, that makes you angry, then you're going to find more things to be angry about. That's kind of the way it goes. Well, you have to, if you have a negative emotion, while you're in that emotion, it's already too late. Once that emotion starts going, it's too late. You can't stop an emotion by just thinking about it or deciding you want it to stop. You have to say, okay, why did I get into that negative emotion? Why did I react that way? It was because I thought about things in this one certain way. And when I thought about things in that way, I reacted. So you have to go back and say, well, could I look at it a different way? Is there a more positive way to look at it? And then in that way, slowly get yourself weaned off of those negative emotions by changing the way you look at things to be more positive. Excuse me. So I think that I have been doing that for most of my life, and I don't get caught up in negative emotions hardly ever anymore at this point in my life. And it is just because I have a certain way of looking at things that I don't get attached. I think that one of my favorite books of all time is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And one of the agreements is don't take anything personally. I think a lot of times when we have negative emotions, it's because we take things personally, and that just, causes us to be negative. A lot of times people don't mean harm to you, and you take it personally, and you get caught up and have negative emotions. That's my take on it. That's my take on negative emotions, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments about it, please give me some feedback. Comment down below here in my blog post and let me know what you think about it. Okay, thanks.